She solves disputes quickly and fairly, but she's not a lawyer. She fills bellies with good food, but she's not a chef. She fixes ailments and makes sickness go away, but she's not a doctor. No, this woman hasn't set foot in law school a day in her life, and she doesn't have a doctorate that follows her name. This woman is a stay-at-home wife and mother. Hello everybody, I'm Alicia Wright, and I myself am a stay-at-home wife and soon-to-be mom. And in my last year of experience, I realized that a lot of America thinks that this position has no value. But in contrast, this spot of servanthood is quite possibly the most scriptural and powerful that a woman could ever hold. Today, I will talk about the daily tasks that a wife and mother holds, as well as how they are an opportunity to glorify God. Among these tasks are planning family meals, budgeting wisely the money that her husband brings home, and teaching her kiddos in the ways of the Lord. The first and almost most taxing job is cooking meals for every member in the family, even the pickiest ones. This pickiness, according to the Center of Public Health and Nutrition at the University of Washington at Seattle, accounts for 14% of the average child in America's caloric intake from fast food. So, a stay-at-home wife and mother's job is to counteract this statistic in her family and make delicious meals that are healthy and enjoyable for the entire family. Another hard job that a stay-at-home wife and mother enjoys is frugally making a realistic budget for the family. A wife and mother must figure out how much out of every paycheck to make for bills, groceries, gas, and any other regular expenses, as well as making a little bit extra for just in case of emergencies. This can be made harder for two reasons. The first is that the grocery bill may be a little bit higher to take in for the healthy meals instead of fast food. And second, as a stay-at-home mom, that family is only getting one family income as opposed to two. In today's economy, this may seem impossible, but in fact, if budgeted wisely, that one income can go farther than two ever could. The third, and possibly the most important role that anybody could ever have, is teaching her children in the ways of the Lord. Proverbs 22:6 says that if you teach your children in the ways of the Lord, they won't depart from it even after they grow up. A stay-at-home wife and mother has time to show her kids the word of the Lord. And sometimes this entails having the joyful moment of seeing one of her own children come to salvation through Christ. American poet and literary critic Dorothy Parker says it best when she said, "The best way to keep children at home is to make the home atmosphere pleasant and to let the air out of the tires." Teaching goes beyond just teaching the Bible. It also includes creating a good environment for spiritual growth for every member of the family. Now that we have talked about some of the tasks that a stay-at-home wife and mother involves in every day of the week, let's talk about the end of her work week. In her famous novel, My Sister's Keeper, Jodi Picoult says, 24/7, once you sign on to be a mother, that's the only shift they offer. This is true. Almost every other occupation enjoys an 8-hour workday in 5 days of the week. But a woman can't afford this luxury. Her job is never done. For many, nights are a time of rest, but also for a woman, this is not always so. Nights are often interrupted by crying babies and ridiculous nightmares. Although most people wait for their paycheck at the end of the week, a woman can't look forward to that. She's paid with dirty diapers, temper tantrums, hugs, and kisses. J.D. Salinger wrote in his novel Catcher in the Rye, "Mothers are all slightly insane." Now y'all gotten a little glimpse as to the explanation for this insanity. Among many other jobs, a stay-at-home wife and mother enjoys being the family chef, budgeting money wisely, and teaching her children the ways of the Lord. Not only does she enjoy these jobs, but she never gets a time off. No, stay-at-home wife and mother's job is constant. Now that y'all are acquainted with the duties of a stay-at-home wife and mother. I'll leave y'all with a question from Milton Berle, famous comedian and author, that describes the trouble of being a stay-at-home mom. He says, "If evolution really works, how come mothers only have two hands?" Thank y'all.